Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. This is Ashley, here to provide you with another word of encouragement to inspire you and influence you as you grow in your walk with Christ. So have you ever been around somebody who just kind of gets on your nerves and you don't really know why, but there's just something about them that irritates you and you're forced to be around this person, whether it's a family member or a coworker, a boss, but nevertheless, you're not able to escape being around them. So there's this frustration or tension that you're living in when you're around them, and it's just like triggering sometimes because you don't really know necessarily why they're bothering you so much. And I think that what I'm learning in my situation is that the Lord wants to use it to expose more areas to me that I need to be self-aware of, and how the enemy has blinded me from seeing truth clearly about who I am in Christ. So sometimes what is going on is that person, they're operating in some kind of false identity, and you can sense that there's something insincere about that person and not quite right or quite authentic. And if you're somebody who values, vulnerability and honesty, authenticity, when somebody is in this space and they're functioning in that realm, it can be pretty challenging to know how to navigate it, because you can see through it. But the Lord doesn't want you to exalt yourself above this person because you can see it clearly, but He wants you to draw closer to Him in that place of dependency and ask Him to reveal yourself as well, not just that person, but to show you areas that you need to see, because it's so much easier to get, distracted by looking at somebody else's flaws, and we don't always see ours as clearly, but we have it too, and we also have our insecurities. And many times, these people operating in false identities, it triggers our own false identities as well, the lies that we've believed from the enemy. So the Lord is just He wants to continue revealing truth to you for your own healing and your own growth. But sometimes we get caught up in thinking they need to change or they need to see the truth, but it's really always us that needs to see the truth, and because we're the only people that we can control. And it's not to say that you don't set solid boundaries for those people that, if they are doing something to harm you or cross a boundary, but it's just a mindset that, okay, where does the Lord want me to grow and transform in this space? How can I come to a different understanding or revelation about myself in this time, in this moment that I'm in? And how can I also allow God to use me to show love to that person that's not operating in their authentic identity? So just want to give you guys this message, and also just be mindful that the enemy is always going to try to prevent us, or want to prevent us or thwart us from pursuing that pathway of truth, because that pathway of truth is what is going to set us free. And if we're not pursuing that actively, and we're just kind of accepting those lies at face value, and we're not trying to take it up to God and pray and ask the Lord to reveal truth to us, then we're gonna miss it, if you will, or we're gonna get hurt, because we're seeing it through the enemy's lens of how he wants us to look at it and how he wants us to interpret it. He always wants to make us feel less than, and either superior, better, or less than, and in either one of those are not appropriate. When you're living in a space of humility, then it's more objective, because we see ourselves the way God sees us, and humbling ourselves, and in having that posture of humility is it says God gives grace to the humble, but He opposes the proud. So the more that we lean into that attitude in our heart of humbling ourselves before God, the Lord will honor that, and He will come alongside you and and give you that grace and give you strategy of how to work with that person in your life that you have to work with. So I just want to give you guys this message, and I hope it brings some clarity and encouragement. I know that it's easier said than done when we have to kind of work with these triggers that can come about when working with people like this, but I would just encourage you not to be afraid, but lean into it, because it's a part of your breakthrough. It's a part of your healing, your integration of being a whole person. And I know it feels painful, feels like it's going to hurt you, but it's really meant for your development and your growth. And also, you just keep trusting in God, because you just never know how God will turn a situation around, and how you being a light can make a difference in that other person's life, even if they never tell you that. But just keep being yourself, being consistent, be who you are in Christ. And whenever those lies start coming at you, though, that same narrative or pain or whatever it is, that narrative of pain that you struggle with, just include God in that and ask the Lord to reveal his truth to you. And don't be afraid. Just continue to trust God that he's got his hand upon you and he's giving you favor in that place where you're at. So I hope this message encourages you, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Bye.